For us, we launched 270 in January and have a DC office, and Workspring has been our Chicago office almost from the very beginning. And so for us, these last few months have really been about starting up. It's been figuring out what kind of company we want to be, hiring our first staff, taking on our first clients, and also establishing our culture and how we work together. And Workspring's been part of that because this is where we've done it. For us, culture is really important because most of us come from the Obama campaign. And so it's important the way that we work together. On the campaign, it was important the way we work together reflect who we were working for. And in the same way for 270, we want the culture that we create to reflect the clients that we're working with and the causes that we're working for. For the first month or so, we were looking for places to work, so we worked out of our apartments and restaurants and coffee shops, and this was the first place we found as a home that Kate was able to find. We looked at a few different places, and this was the one that fit our needs the best.
We had explored a few different co-working options, so we knew that we wanted to work in a group space, and that was important to us. We looked at probably a handful of different spaces around the city. This one sort of had the best vibe for us. It's relaxed, it's flexible. We just really liked the atmosphere and the environment that was created. And I think everybody just felt immediately really comfortable here. There were other places that just weren't quite the right fit. We were really small when we started here, so I think there were 4 of us. And we knew that we were going to be growing. And a lot of the co-working spaces in Chicago don't allow for that. So if you have a team of 3 or 4 people, that you can reserve a desk or a few desks, but if your team is going to be bigger, like 10, 12, 15 people, there aren't that many options. And so I think that was part of what appealed to us when we were looking at Workspring, outside of just the field being great and the staff being really welcoming, and just kind of like having a general comfort with the space.
Yeah, my favorite thing about Workspring, working here for a couple months, has definitely been the staff. Everyone here is just amazing. You know, walking in and seeing Corey at the front desk is sometimes the best part of the day. And so he'll always, you know, if I'm carrying in a coffee, he'll say, "Why'd you get a coffee? I make the best lattes." And so their kind of friendship and even in some sort of like mentorship about spaces has been the best part of Workspring. And I'll be sad when I'm excited that it's our space and we have a building, and you know, now we are on our own and creating that culture, but we definitely will miss the staff in our everyday lives.
When we have calls that we need to do or team meetings that we want to do, there's enough different types of spaces within the overall Workspring office that you can take that and you can go and have a one-on-one conversation, or you can have a phone call, or you can have a team meeting with a few different folks. And even bring people in, bring clients in, or bring other folks in from the outside. That type of flexibility where we have our defined space, but we also have a place where we can have these different meetings has been helpful to us. I think the other thing that's been helpful is just being able to have a defined space. So for a while we were working out of the area in the front where lots of different folks could come in and work in different conferences or events. But we moved to a defined workspace that was ours, and being able to do that and have a more regular place to sit and a regular place to go and to leave things helped our productivity because it was our space, which helped us get into different routines of how we work together, which for us as a startup was important.
I think the time that we've spent at Workspring has actually been like a pretty critical point for us, because we've sort of been figuring out who we are. And I don't know that that's something we've accomplished already. Like, I don't think we can say, here are all the things that are true about us, and this is who we are, and this isn't going to change. But I think that starting to figure that out has been a big part of our experience here. And not having to think about all the little things that distract from that has been really nice. And that's something that I've certainly been thinking a lot about as we prepare to move to our own space. We're gonna have to actually figure out, like, what do we do when the printer breaks, and when are we gonna restock the toner, and like all of those things that just kind of like suck time out of the big picture stuff.
It's given us space not to have to worry about the little things that come with starting and working in a space. It's given us room to think about who we need to be, how we can best service our clients, and what kind of company we want to be in the long run. As much as the space is fantastic and the concept is great, what's really made the experience for us, I think, has been the people. And so the folks that we've worked with here have been helpful in every way that they could and have treated us just fantastically. And so when we talk about this place being great for us, the space is part of it, but the real thing we're talking about is the people and how supportive they've been as we start out.